In this video, I'm going to show how to ask clients to fill in more information as they book a session through Kartra Calendar. So the important thing here is that the additional questions can only be added like during this process that I'm showing now when it's a free class. So if you have a paid event, like for example, like a one-off call that you want to like charge clients for, then like there's a different process that needs to be followed. But currently, if it's free, then under registration, you can see that you can add any fields over here. So first they will choose the calendar date, and then to book it, they need to like put in their name, their email, and then you can add any other questions over here that you want to ask. So there are some like existing fields that are like very like basic standard like common types of questions. But if you want to create anything else that you want to ask, then the field identifier is something that is like, yeah, like a code name, and it's maximum 40 characters. So I would just make sure to include something here that you can later on recognize that that was the question. So for example, you can put like biggest I don't know, goal. It doesn't let to like it doesn't allow to just have like spacing in here, so you need to add like something in between. So it's easier to read. I don't know, you can like make it more specific if you want to, or you can put like 6 months, stuff like that. And then you have 5 options over here, whether it's a drop down menu, radio button, checkbox, so like multiple options. And then if it's like a small or bigger like text area where they can answer. So like let's say that we want to just for them to like write that, then the field label is the actual like question. So for example, like what is your biggest goal in the next 6 months? And then here the placeholder, this is what will actually like appear. So in some cases, Kartra doesn't actually show the question. It will only show like this over here. So if you put here like, I don't know, goal, then like they don't actually see the whole question. So what I always do is that I just copy paste it and I put it here as well, and then you can choose if the question is mandatory, and then you can save. And now you have this question here, and then you can add as many like questions here as you want. So let's say that like we're like, okay, I'm happy with that now, then I can just copy the link to the calendar and I will open that in another window so we can see how it looks like. So they will see the schedule. Also very important is that you should always tell people to choose their time zone automatically, like from here, so they don't book it in a different like time zone. And then yeah, they choose the time. They can see all of the details over here as well, like also for the time zone. And then they click next, and then they will have everything right over here, like first name, last name, email, what's your biggest goal. So actually in the calendar it does show you the question, so that's good. So here you could just replace that with like 6 month goal, for example. And then they have to like, yeah, agree if they want like any, like if they want to be part of your newsletter basically. And then they need to agree to the GDPR stuff. And then they fill it in, and then it's done. If you do want to make sure that they first sign up and then they already have it in their calendar and then they get the questions, especially if you have like, I don't know, like many questions for them to fill in, so they're not like, oh, actually like forget about it, because it's not done, like the session itself is not scheduled until like they're done with answering the questions. So if you want to make sure that they first schedule the session and then they get access to the form, then what you can do is to create another page and to create like another form from contacts, forms, and then you can create like a new opt-in form with any questions that you want to ask, and then you can just like create that and then put that on a page, and then use that page as the like confirmation page for the calendar. So they would fill that in. They only have first name and like last name, email over here, and then they click next. It's done, it's booked, and then the page that pops up after that has the form as well. And then you can always send the link to the form also in the confirmation email, just to say like, if you didn't fill this in like right after booking, here is the link to the form. I just want to ask a few questions before we have the call, so I have like more information. So everything around like how to build the form is in a different video.